What is up, YouTube? Frost the Hobidon here, and today we're going to do another review of Sonic IDWs. This is IDW Sonic the Hedgehog issue 13. Where we last left off was issue 12, where basically everyone said their goodbyes and heading off to getting set up. And Dr. Eggman has returned with a new plan hatching. Eggman has the 7 Chaos Emeralds, and he's got a team. He got a team of villains. Dr. Sterling and Rough and Tumble want revenge. And Metal Sonic is back with his master. And Knuckles got his Master Emerald back. So let's get started with this review, shall we? We first show Sonic the Hedgehog talking to a Flicky, saying that everything is at rest for now. So everything's taking things slow. Amy Rose is head of the Resistance now, but she calls them the Restorations. The Restorations. That's basically what they're called now. It's no longer the Resistance. So yeah. Knuckles is back on his island with the Master Emerald, of course. Silver the Hedgehog is in the present timeline, trying to figure out what would cause the destruction of his future. And Tails is at his workshop, although something happened in his workshop. Which I say that because Tails just arrived at Sonic's location. Sonic's like, well, alright, what seems to be the problem this time? He gives Sonic a note saying that a strange-looking note, and it reads something about the return of a brilliant doctor. Sonic is like, "What the heck is this?" And Tails says he doesn't know because it just came out of nowhere. Sonic wants to know, did Dr. Eggman really return? Did he really trick them? Was it all a ruse, or did he really get his memory back? Tails is worried about this as he thought the Chaotix confirmed that he lost his memory for good. But Sonic's like, we won't know until we find out. So the two of them head off to the village. Meanwhile, Dr. Eggman himself is working on something in the lab with Dr. Sterling, and they want to go through some further testings as they test this experiment of theirs, this gray liquid of theirs, as they pour it on a plant. This plant seems to turn metallic. Oh boy, it doesn't look good. As the plant is completely metallic because of this liquid, Eggman is fascinated, but he's kind of disappointed that it didn't affect the wood. Dr. Sterling finds it as a success, and Eggman wants to do further testing. He says, the animals. Oh no. That can't be good at all. Meanwhile, Sonic and Tails made it back to Windmill Valley. It turns out to be Windmill Village, I believe. As they see that the village is kind of deserted for a minute. As they see the elder is tied up on a tree with the symbol says piñata, with the sign that says piñata. Oh boy. Sonic and Tails help them out, get him off the tree, and they want to know what happened here. Before we figure out what, turns out that all the villagers are safely in the village. We see Rough and Tumble make their entrance. And yes, Tails, they make that entrance they do that every time. It's like the Ginyu, it's your own version of the Ginyu Force. Sonic tells Tails to get the elder to the others. Sonic decides to take these two guys on his own. And Rough is like, don't act like we're nothing. You only beat us because of those whisk crap. And he wants to know where Knuckles is. Is it? Oh, they mentioned Knuckles. They want revenge on Knuckles too. And Sonic, in his own words, Knuckles has something better to do besides dealing with you clowns. Sonic's confident to take these guys off. That shows Sonic is confident that he can handle. If Sonic is confident, he can take on a guy he knows he can beat. As he starts off with a homing attack, they got their new weapons starts to activate as Tumble has his robotic tail to block Sonic's attacks. And he wants to know Sonic wants to answer their questions. Who bust them out of jail? And they're not telling them anything. And Sonic decides, so if I'm going to get answers out of you, I might as well beat the crap out of you. Meanwhile, as Tails get the others, get the elder to the others, Tails start to go back to where Sonic is, because he doesn't want to sit in the sidelines, and see Sonic is a little bit struggling, so he wants to help out, and that's what I like about Tails. Ian Flynn is amazing when it comes to writing Tails. He gets the character of Tails to help fight back from Adventure 1 and 2, unlike that terrible disappointment that Sonic Team made for Tails in Sonic Forces, where they made him a coward and do nothing. I guess that means that this is what happens when Tails is not playable for a long time. Sonic Team doesn't know what to do with him. They decide to make him a coward, and probably because he's awesome in Adventure 1 and 2 because he was playable. Meanwhile, we go back to Eggman, where Eggman pours this metal liquid stuff on the little animals, the little rabbit, and it turned him. Oh boy, that does not look good. Yeah, he looks zombified here. So yeah, as Eggman orders the little rabbit guy, Ricky, orders Pokey to grab Ricky, that's the name of the animals, as he's hurting the little pig guy, and Eggman tells him to let go, and it seems that touching the guy is infecting him as well, but slowly. So this is like so if I'm gonna say it, this is like a unique style of robotilization, a new roboticizer in a kind of way, but liquid form. One splash, you turn roboticized. You're loyal to Eggman. And we get to hear the name of this, the Metal Virus. As its effects are really creepy. And Eggman wants to do more tests with it. Eggman orders the little squirrel, Ricky, to pick up the flower that is infected. With the creepy looking smile on Eggman's shadow. Eggman gets angry and goes, pick it up or I'll let the little rabbit touch you. And he picked it up indeed. Out of fear, he touched it and tested on the objects, and it doesn't affect the sandwich, the robot, and the rock. But it does infect Ricky. It does infect the little squirrel. So in other words, Eggman's little metal virus is a success, as it affects organic life and plant life. A liquid roboticizer, but it's a virus infestation. So that's his new plan. He's making a roboticizer liquid virus called the Metal Virus. It's what he's calling it. It's infected to organic life and plant life for those who touches it. If you get a big dose of it, you're completely roboticized in a liquid organic type of way. It's a mixture of robotic and organic combined, except you're still loyal to Eggman and you look like a zombie. So, spoilers, I'm guessing that's what Sonic is going to get infected by. Because I see some covers arts of Sonic with red eyes, and people saying it's Sonic EXE. No, it's not. Fun, by the way, I'm just going to say it right now. Sonic EXE is the stupidest thing I have ever heard of. And it's not scary at all. It's just completely stupid. But anywho, this metal virus is still going to be a problem, like a new roboticizer. So Eggman has the 7 Chaos Emeralds right now. Keep that in mind. How are our heroes going to face this threat? Eggman wants to know how did he find Metal Sonic? And how did Metal Sonic not find him? And simple, the Warp Topaz. That little gem on Dr. Sterling's hand is going to be a problem for our heroes. And he can create a small portal for Eggman to see Sonic fight the villains. While Sonic is having a little bit of trouble, but Tails got Sonic's back. And Rough and Tumble versus Sonic and Tails. Sonic is not afraid. Sonic and Tails are not worried, as they're ready to do their thing to face these guys and mock them for a moment, as they say, because when Sonic says when the day needs saving, Tails says one team that never fails. You're about to get busted. by Sonic and Tails. I'm sorry, that was funny. I like that. They did their thing. And Rough and Tumble is like, not stealing their thing. And Tumble's a little angry as, for some reason, he's a little angry at Tails, saying that he has 2 tails and he doesn't have 1. I'm like, I thought you do have 1. I'm like, oh, and I forgot he's a skunk. Cyrus a little sad there, so yeah, I'm sorry about that. He has a robot. Turns out his tail was cut off for some reason. So we get to learn a bit more about these villains. Tails decides he's going to take down Ruff, and Sonic takes out Tumble. And the thing about Tails is how awesome he is. This is awesome. As Ruff throws a stink bomb at Tails, Tails uses the power of math to throw it back at him. And that stuff must be terrible too, because, even Ruff doesn't like the smell. Eggman's kinda, he's not kinda happy of the results a bit. Dr. Sterling said they should move on to further testing, but Eggman saying there's no need. But Dr. Sterling seems a little concerned. Either he's starting to see the flaws of Eggman, but he still remains loyal and wants to, or he still just wants to remain loyal to Eggman. So yeah. Anywho, this is Sonic versus Ruff. Back to Sonic versus Ruff. He's basically going, come on, 1, 2, 1, 2, hustle up, big guy. As Tumble destroys the windmill to try to bring Sonic down, Sonic dodges it, but the windmill kind of cut his robotic tail off, and we get to see Ruff and Tumble crying over the robot tail, because I'm guessing he must really be heartbroken that he lost his tail, because a skunk has a big tail and his tail got cut off in some sort of event, and he's kind of sad about it. Oh boy. Anyways, Sonic and Tails win this fight, and they immediately tells Ruff and Tumble to tell them who freed them, and is Eggman really behind all this? Just before they spill the beans, they get dropped by Dr. Sterling's portal. So yeah. Leaving Sonic and Tails with nothing, no information to go on with. And Sonic and Tails decide to figure out how all this is happening. Sonic decides that he would head off to where Silver the Hedgehog is to figure out this problem. Meanwhile, back with Eggman is kind of disappointed that these two fail. Metal Sonic wants a shot at him, and Ruff and Tumble is like, you blew it. So yeah, Metal Sonic kind of blew it his first time. He tried. So meanwhile, since Ruff and Tumble failed, Metal Sonic failed, Dr. Sterling says he want to crack at him. And Eggman is like, okay then. If you got something to stop Sonic, then okay, be my guest. As Dr. Sterling says in his own words, he knows how to get to Sonic's head and knows how to strike him. So it's going to be Sonic versus Dr. Sterling in the next issue. And then yeah. So that was the issue. I'm sorry I've been stumbling up a bit. So yeah, that was my review of Sonic IDW issue 13. We learned some stuff about Ruff and Tumble. Tumble lost his tail, so yeah, he's a little emotional about that. And he seems to hate Tails for having 2 tails because he lost 1. Eggman has the new metal virus. That's going to be a problem for our heroes. And what's going to infect Sonic, because yeah, spoilers, yeah, Sonic is going to get infected by it. So yeah, they even said so in their preview comics. So yeah, Eggman got a new weapon, and this is going to be a little challenge for our heroes. So the real question is how our heroes are going to overcome this. I don't know. We don't know. All depends on the writing of Ian Flynn. So yeah, Ian Flynn's gonna, who knows what Ian Flynn is writing is gonna be about this, because this is a different take, and hope for new characters to come to come in, because they introduced a unique style of roboticizing. Maybe there's hope for our certain Sad AM characters. Or not. Who knows? But hey, it would be good if they were. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. I'm sorry if I'm stuttering. This is not my best review, but hey, I gotta have something. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. What were your thoughts on this comic? What do you think is going to happen? What are your thoughts on this Metal Virus? A new style of roboticizing where you get touched by it, you turn loyal to Eggman in an organic mixed with robotic kind of way. It seems to be effective on plants and organic life. And how Sonic is going to handle this problem in the future comics, and how leave a comment down in the description below. Take care, have a great day, be safe, and most importantly, stay frosty, everybody.